Assalamu alaikum and a very fresh morning to everyone. I hope you all are well and fit at your home. Students, today we'll start new chapters in our Class 7 subject English. That is chapter number 16, Punctuation. Now students, as we know that punctuations are very important while speaking, while writing, while reading, even while listening to. If you are not speaking your sentence with the correct punctuation, the listener might get confused. If you will not write your text with a perfect punctuation by using perfect punctuation, the reader who is reading or the person who is watching your text will not understand anything. While reading, you just read continuously without using any punctuation in your speech. The listener will not understand what are you reading. So students, punctuations are very important for all skill. So today we'll learn what is punctuation, which kind of punctuation we can use while speaking, reading and writing. So first of all, everybody open your textbook and look at page number 132. Look at chapter number 16, Punctuation. Supriya's uncle had a bunch of clues to get to a treasure. Supriya accidentally got hold of a piece of paper which looked like this. Now, here one activity, very wonderful activity given here, that here one girl who had a bunch of clues to get to a treasure, and when she is watching that piece of paper, now look at what is written there. At the end of the village main road, there is an old banyan tree. There is a rabbit hole at the base. Inside the rabbit hole, you'll find a bag made of blue silk. There is a map in that bag. It has the detailed directions to the treasure. The treasure is under the ruins of an old castle outside the village. Now there is no full stop, students. How it's possible to read? How it's possible to understand? There is no full stop, no commas, nothing is given. The sentences start from the beginning to end. Nothing is there. No punctuation mark used. How can the listener understand? Are you understand anything what I have read? What I have read, I know you haven't understand anything. So students, here, if you will not use any punctuation like comma, exclamation mark, question mark, full stop, then it's very difficult to understand what's actually written there. Supriya and her brother got together to understand what is written. Can you help the brother and sister by punctuating this paragraph? Now students, this will do at the last of this chapter after understanding all the punctuation in a correct way. Till that, solve it yourself. After understanding chapter, then I help you. Now look at here. The main purpose of punctuation is to make the meaning of written words clear. Read the following sentence and see whether the meaning is clear. The bus driver said the lorry driver was to blame for the accident. Is it clear? The bus driver said the lorry driver was to blame for the accident. Or the bus driver said the lorry driver was to blame for the accident. Now here what? The bus driver said the lorry driver, or the bus driver said that the lorry driver was to blame for the accident. Now look at here. The meaning of these words depends on the punctuation. Yes. Where are you using punctuation? According to this, the meaning should be clear. The bus driver said after comma then. What's the word of bus driver? That exact word we have to put in this inverted commas. The lorry driver was to blame for the accident. When the exact word over, inverted commas over. Means the bus driver blamed the lorry driver that he was who's the cause for the accident. The bus driver, say the lorry driver, was to blame for the accident. Now, the bus driver, it's a word, exact word of the lorry driver. That this lorry driver is saying that the bus driver was to blame for the accident. Means here, this person is blaming to this person, the bus driver. Are you getting? Now look at it, it's a vast difference. In this sentence, you understand that the bus driver is blaming the lorry driver. And in second, the lorry driver is blaming the bus driver. Now look at students, how much difference between these two sentences. So this punctuation can make a vast difference of the reader, of the listener. The following are the main punctuation marks. So we will learn today punctuation, different punctuation and how to use, where to use this punctuation. Full stop, the question mark, the exclamation mark, the comma, the quotation marks, which is also known as inverted commas. This is known as single inverted comma, single quotation mark. It's known as double inverted commas or double quotation marks. The colon, the apostrophe. Now, we'll learn first of all related the full stop. The full stop is used at the end of a sentence which is not a question or an exclamation. Means full stop we have to use in the simple sentence, at the end of a simple sentence, which is start with the capital letter and end with the full stop. Turn the television down, it is too loud. Now here two sentences given. Full stop means your sentence is over here. Turn the television down. Another sentence, it is too loud. Full stops can be used in abbreviations, but they are often omitted in modern British English. In modern British English, we are just writing BA, but earlier we used to use these full stop because this abbreviation means is a short form of particular name. BA, or you can write B full stop, A full stop. USA, U.S.A. means full stop. So earlier we used to use it B full stop, A full stop for the short form. Nowadays if you are not using, then also it's correct. Now how to use the question mark. Question mark is used at the end of a direct question. When you ask direct question, that time you have to use question mark. How are you? What are you doing? Is she here? Is he a doctor? So for the direct question, you can use question mark. Where has she gone? Do you know how to use the computer? Which is start with a question word and with a question mark. Now look at another. The exclamation mark is used at the end of an exclamation or interjection. We have already learned in previous classes as well as in this standard also while learning parts of speech. What is exclamation? What is interjection? When the sudden feeling came outside, that time we have to use it, interjection, exclamation mark. How noisy those children are. What a good idea. Shh, you will wake the baby. You will wake the baby. So here, when you are saying suddenly something, That time you have to use exclamation, this mark. Now look at how to use comma. Comma we can use in very way to separate the words in a list, though it is often omitted before and. To separate the list of things, to separate a big list means if there are many things are given, so that time to separate those all things we have to put a comma between. I have got a pen, a pencil, a ruler and a rubber. Now if you are using and, that time you have to omit comma. You have to remove comma. We visited Delhi, Agra, Mumbai and Nagpur. So here all cities name given. So to separate all city name, we have to put comma. To separate a speaker's exact words, direct speech, from constructions like he said, she replied and so on. You have already seen before, the bus driver said, comma. Yes, to separate what the bus driver said, the lorry driver was to blame for the accident, the exact word of bus driver. So to separate the exact word of that person, we have to put comma. Sanjay said, can you possibly lend me 100 rupees? Now, what's the exact word of Sanjay? Can you possibly lend me 100 rupees? So to separate Sanjay's exact word, we have to put comma. I'm sorry, replied Ravi, but I don't have any money on me. What's the reply? What's the exact word of Ravi? I'm sorry, but I don't have any money on me. So to separate exact word, we have to, speaker's exact word, we have to put a comma. Another use of comma, to separate words of direct address, words used in addressing people. When you are suggesting something, when you are addressing, when you say something to person, so we have to separate that addressing words and the person. Arjun, come here. You are saying Arjun, come here. So you have to separate the person name and what are you saying, what are you addressing to that person, that Arjun, come here. Come here, Arjun. If you are using first to come here and after you are saying Arjun, then also we have to separate it and at the end we have to put a full stop. Come here, Arjun, and take a seat. After you continue with these things, so you have to separate everything. Come here, comma, Arjun, comma, and take a seat. Here before and you have to put a comma. Yes, students, don't be confused. When there is a list of things given, I like apple, comma, banana, comma, pineapple and watermelon, full stop. So that time before and you don't have to put a comma. That time you are writing the one same series, the name of fruits, the same list. That time no need to put a comma between these two fruits name. But here the things are different. Here you have to put a comma before and. Come here, comma, Arjun, comma, and take a seat. Why are you late, Tom? Here you are saying, you are addressing Tom something. So you have to separate Tom and the addressing words. I hope students that you understand this three way of comma how to use. Now look at the fourth one. In several other contexts where a short stop is needed. When there is a short stop is needed, for that we have to use comma, or you can say question tag. Short stop means question tag. I hope you remember what is question tag. It's raining, isn't it? You know what is question tag? What is short stop? Your sentence is positive, so you have to give answer in a negative. If a sentence is a negative, you have to give answer in a positive. And to separate this both, we have to put comma between. It's raining. Look at here. Is it comma between this? Yes. It's raining, isn't it? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. So to separate, yes, comma, it is. No, comma, it isn't. We started late, yet we arrived on time. After late, put a comma. Although he will ill, he went to work. To separate both, which is joined by although conjunction. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, died in 1964. So here to separate the person's name with other things, the first Prime Minister of India, another information related, this person died in 1994. So to separate more things, we have to put a comma. So students, I hope that you understand how to use full stop, question mark, exclamation mark and comma. Now in our next video, we'll learn the quotation marks, single and double inverted commas, the colon, apostrophe, capital letter, etc. with exercise. Learn it well and try to solve the first activity which is given on the first page on your textbook. Thank you all and have a great day.